It was just before dawn when the sleek, black car pulled into the private terminal of Heiski International Airport. The morning mist hugged the runway like a secret, and inside the vehicle sat a woman whose presence carried the quiet power of storms. Her name was Claudia Bell, and today she was flying incognito, not as the billionaire owner of Skybell Airlines, but as a passenger among hundreds, quietly evaluating the very service that carried her name across continents. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified for more, share to friends. Where are you watching from? Please tell us in the comments. We love seeing how far our story goes. Dressed in crisp white pants, a navy blazer, and a simple bob wig that softened her chiseled jawline, Claudia looked nothing like the woman gracing the cover of Fortune magazine. No security entourage. No assistant trailing her. Just one black leather handbag and a first-class ticket purchased anonymously online. She checked in under the alias Miss Linda Vance. Boarding was scheduled for 6:45 a.m., but Claudia had arrived early to watch the staff in motion. A long-time habit. She liked to see who showed up on time, who smiled without knowing she was watching, who treated customers like royalty and who treated them like luggage. The check-in attendant, a middle-aged man with reading glasses and a caffeine addiction, barely looked up. "Boarding pass." "Passport," he grumbled. Claudia handed them over without a word. He gave her a once-over, nodded, then returned the documents. "Gate 12. Don't be late. They shut the door quick on this one." She didn't respond. She just smiled slightly, made her way past the first security check, and entered the departure lounge. Her phone buzzed, a message from her executive assistant, Nigel. "Nigel, madam, we've received another customer complaint about Flight 227's crew. That's 3 in 1 month." Claudia's jaw tightened. Flight 227. The one she was about to board. "Claudia, I'll handle it myself." She sat in the lounge, her eyes scanning every corner of the terminal. A couple of ground staff chuckled too loudly over coffee. A cleaner rolled her mop bucket by without greeting anyone. And then she saw her, the lead flight attendant. Tall, impeccably groomed, red lipstick like a line drawn in war. Her badge read, Andrea M. She was laughing with 2 junior staff, adjusting her neck scarf with pride. There was confidence in her posture, but something else too, arrogance. Claudia narrowed her eyes. Time ticked by. At 6:30 a.m., boarding was announced. Claudia rose calmly, walked to the gate, scanned her pass. No one recognized her. Not yet. And that's just the way she wanted it. Inside the aircraft, first class shimmered in polished chrome and soft lighting. Claudia slid into seat 2A. A window seat. She didn't need comfort. She needed observation. Just 10 minutes later, the drama began. An elderly man, a retired teacher, Claudia later learned, struggled to place his carry-on in the overhead bin. Andrea stood nearby, arms folded. He turned politely. "Miss, would you mind assisting?" "I'm not a porter," Andrea snapped, loud enough for Rose to hear. "Ask your son or someone." Claudia frowned. The cabin grew quiet. No one intervened. Not even the co-attendant. The man sat, humiliated. Claudia jotted a note in her phone. An hour into the flight, turbulence rocked the aircraft. The "Fasten Seatbelt" sign lit up. Drinks spilled. Claudia kept her gaze on Andrea, who was too busy scolding a child for crying to notice an elderly woman struggling to return to her seat from the lavatory. When the child's mother asked for water, Andrea rolled her eyes. "Ma'am, do I look like a vending machine? Wait your turn." Claudia had seen enough. But what came next, she didn't see coming. Just before landing, Andrea approached Claudia's seat. "You. Seatbelt." Claudia was already buckled. Andrea didn't even check properly. "Don't test me," she muttered under her breath. Claudia, calm but firm, replied, "You haven't checked the others. I suggest you ensure everyone is safe." Andrea's eyes narrowed. "I don't take instructions from passengers, especially ones like you." A silence spread like wildfire. Claudia said nothing. She didn't have to. Her eyes said it all. Andrea leaned in. "You think your rich attitude scares me? People like you, entitled, overconfident, ruin flights. Claudia turned away, unwilling to engage. And then it happened. Andrea slapped her. A stinging, loud, unmistakable slap across Claudia's cheek. The cabin gasped. A baby wailed. The co-attendant froze. Someone whispered, "She's finished." Claudia didn't move. Didn't raise a hand. Just stared. A male passenger nearby pulled out his phone, recording instantly. Andrea blinked. Her expression shifted from satisfaction to confusion to horror as she processed what she'd just done. The captain's voice came over the intercom, breaking the tension. "Cabin crew, prepare for landing." Claudia didn't say a word during the descent. When the plane touched down, security personnel waited at the terminal. Andrea was summoned by the airline's operations manager, who had received a direct message from headquarters. Claudia stayed back, letting all passengers disembark before her. At the gate, the airport manager approached, flanked by two men in suits. "Madam Bell," he said softly, "we're so sorry. We weren't informed of your inspection today." Andrea, who had just been called in for disciplinary action, overheard the name. "Bell. Claudia Bell." Her face went pale. Claudia turned slowly. "Yes, the Claudia Bell." Andrea's knees buckled slightly. I didn't know. You didn't look. You mean I didn't look rich? Or white? Or like someone you respect?" Claudia interrupted, voice sharp as steel. Andrea's lips trembled. I'm so sorry." Claudia stepped forward. "I built this airline with people in mind, people who matter. You treated them like garbage. You humiliated the elderly. You bullied a child. You raised your hand against a paying customer. You, Miss Andrea, forgot that uniforms don't make leaders. Character does." The surrounding staff watched in stunned silence. "I believe in second chances," Claudia continued. "But some mistakes come with consequences. You're hereby dismissed, effective immediately. You'll receive a formal letter." Andrea opened her mouth to beg. Claudia raised a hand. "Don't. Save it. Let this moment remind you, status isn't worn. It's lived. You never know who's watching." Cameras rolled. Phones buzzed. The story went viral within hours. Claudia walked to the waiting car. Quiet. Regal. That night, she held a press conference. No drama. No vengeance. Just truth. "Let this be a lesson," she said. "The way you treat others says more about you than any resume ever will. Kindness isn't weakness. And respect shouldn't be reserved for status. To all airline workers, every job is a privilege, not a throne. Don't wait for a hidden boss to do your job right." The room erupted in applause. A week later, Skybell Airlines launched a new training program, Project Second Glance. Every crew member was required to attend workshops on emotional intelligence, compassion, and conflict resolution. Andrea. She disappeared from the industry for a while. But months later, Claudia received a letter. It read, "Dear Miss Bell, I deserved every consequence. That moment changed me. I now work at a care home for the elderly. Your words, 'Status isn't worn, it's lived,' taught me what my degrees never could. Thank you for firing me. It saved me." Claudia smiled. The world didn't need more CEOs in suits. It needed more humans in service. Moral lesson. Treat everyone with dignity, whether they wear a name badge or own the building. The real test of character isn't how you act when the world watches. It's how you behave when you think no one important is looking.